You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Yo, 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 what up, though? Oh, my goodness, Rebels, I hope you are ready. It is the last episode of 2020, and motherfuckers, we can't get out of this year fast enough. I hope you are ready. I hope you got the memo. Hope you got your alcohol. I hope you got your cigars. I hope you got what you want. We're rocking. We both decided to rock velvet. I went with the robe. He went with the jacket. So I'm looking like Ric Flair. He's looking like I don't know. He's sharp as fuck. There's this thing in here. Better watch out. You're gonna get cut, and we're gonna have some fun, man. And guess what? We're gonna kind of talk about the year in review. Yes, we'll get sports in, but don't be afraid to get into what the fuck ever. Get the kids out of the room. Buckle up, kid. Buckle up, Rebels. It's about to get dirty. So let's do the that we do the very last DSR2 of 2020. I am Scrubby, and here's your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Johnny the Moose.
Merry New Year! Ha ha ha! Here we are in the last show of 2020. Get this fucking over with. God, it's here in a new kind of show here. What do we got? I don't fucking know. We're gonna let you kind of dictate the trails on a regular basis here tonight. Again, we've got, as he said, the black robe.
Yes.
I'm maroon burgundy jacket. I'm doing my best damn Ray impersonation here, man.
I'm rocking Flair. I gotta get my hat off. Hat on here, being out in the garage and all.
So here we go on it. Cocktails and ice.
Yes.
Little Knob Creek there.
Okay, there you go.
On it, we'll just be on it. So yeah, we're gonna get off the rails here. We're gonna get into about a year in a review. Kind of watch it with us with the Cotton Bowl going on in the background.
Might as well.
Because we again, no
Shit.
NBA is on like channels that nobody gets. Like who knows? So.
Well, we got the NBA channel, and I don't have it down in the studio, but in the new year, we're gonna hook up that cool new Prime app in here on the Fire Stick, and we will have any game at any time. All you'd have to do is literally type in the game matchup, like the team, and it'll just come up, and you can get the feed. So it's gonna be. Watch it with us on steroids next season, or next year, as we move into 2021. And Moose, 2020 has been nuts, and we will squeeze our pick'ems in here, of course, at some point. But 2020's been Moose. We do this every year. We kind of kick back and just shoot the shit about whatever. But this year is, you know what? I don't. As crazy as everything has all been, I don't remember much pre-COVID. I almost feel like my brain won't go backwards further than that Wednesday we came and did this show, and they were shutting down basketball games left and right.
Yeah, I mean, other than the coach just getting into the start of Big Ten Conference Championship with basketball, and then the NBA shut down, the NHL shut down, college basketball shut down. Baseball shut down. So other than us talking about, a couple weeks earlier, the kind of breaking down the Super Bowl, it's been COVID all the way, and it's still like that on today.
Yeah.
Then again, we'll get into the NFL because get Cleveland. I mean, the receivers just can't stay out of a hot tub and not get COVID.
Yeah, right. Jeez Louise.
They lose to the Jets.
Dude.
Sam Darnold says, "Draft my replacement." Fuck you.
I'll win a game.
I'm going to win
Good luck.
every freaking game now. And
3 in a row on the way out the door.
I'm never going to coach again. Screw you. I'm going to win. Make me sit through this shit. I'm going to screw you over.
Oh, man. That's good stuff. It does feel that way, doesn't it? Oh, my goodness.
It shows you that Sam Darnold wasn't the issue there. Just
no,
we kind of been saying that from day one.
Dude,
look at everybody's around it. You got Frank Gore, who's literally 150 years old, hit 60 dot. And he ended up calling a girl with 16,000 yards rushing.
That's insane.
And he's better than Barry Sanders. No, he just ran for.
I was about to say, Barry Sanders was 5 years too early, and Frank Gore is 150 in football. I mean, there's just a little difference there. Yeah, you got to, when it comes to cumulative stats, you got to put it in perspective a little bit, But this year, we've seen a lot of stuff, so it'll be, the COVID's going to be the most dominating one. We'd love to hear from you guys. I see Canada Mike is up in the thing, and Moose, hit that mic. Say hello to the
Hello.
people. Okay, there we go. We got you back up. You were hot coming in, and I turned down a little bit because you were so hot coming in, and you were quiet. People are like, they can't hear the moose, and they need to hear the moose. So we got you back up.
All right, we're back up and running here. So yeah, we'll get into on there what's happening in the year and everything with it, and guys getting on there with COVID, and obviously too with we got Clemson's offensive coordinator. He's got the COVID, and he's going to miss the semifinals.
That's epic.
Oh, isn't that a shame there? For a guy that's been basically a head coach who's been poo-pooing about COVID the whole freaking time. Now it bites him in the ass.
You've got COVID.
Go Buckeyes.
Yeah, and to me, it's like, we've talked about this, man. Into it a little bit today because, we can't end this year without talking about what's going on in the NCAA.
No.
So this year, it didn't really start with COVID, but it's been dominated by COVID. I mean, really, other than like the Super Bowl narrowly escaping, having to deal with COVID.
Yeah, I was just happy they get lucky because they were a month early.
Right, and then it's just like, but like I said, I feel like you have that like dead period. The NBA is just getting cranked up, and the NFL is just shut down, or is kind of shut, and then it just, we got nailed, dude. It was just the weirdest.
It was weird because you had March, April, May. Well, again, April we did have the NFL draft, but that was weird too because it was again socially distanced and online and everything with it. So
right.
We had that, and then but May and June, nothing, and then basketball came back in July, hockey came back in July in the bubble,
which is so weird because we take the summer off because nothing but long meaningless baseball games,
right?
And so there's nothing going on, in sport radio, that purgatory time of like 2 months or so. 2.5 months where there's like literally almost nothing to talk about unless there's something crazy going on in baseball. And so we would typically take that little hiatus and we'd have like a midsummer spectacular to kind of, make sure we touch on some stuff. But like this year it was completely different. It just, there was so much going on in the summer. It was wild. It was weird. It was just, I am still out of whack. I cannot believe that as long as this year's been, I can't believe it's over. Does that make any sense?
Yes. Total sense on it. Because you just think, oh my God, it's never going to end because it's just dragging its slow ass out. And
right.
Now we're, again, a couple days away. And we're basically tomorrow night will be, midnight will ring in 2021. And hopefully, again, in 2021's got to be better than 2020 because 2020 is just donk.
Well, anything's better than 2021 or 2020. Right? This has been the biggest fire of a year of anybody alive that's under, 75, 80.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've probably not had it worse as far as, I'm sure, a lot of people are still getting by, but with the stress and the changes and everything being jacked up and not being able to do stuff, losing money, a lot going on there. The best part of 2020, you guys got to deal with me there from Canada Mike. No, that is the best part of 2020, Canada Mike, is that they've got lots of new friends here at the show, and really, to be honest, Canada Mike, me and him, I consider him a friend, though we don't only know each other because of the COVID lock-in, and trying to just find to do. And like you said, everything went virtual. It's like it was full down. You're in your, down in your bunker pretty much for a couple of months for a lot of people, even more now. Even longer for others. And so that's how I met Canada Mike. Actually, we were doing I was doing other podcasts and stuff, and shows, and he would get involved, and we just chit chat, and now we got a great rapport. He's a very cool guy. Consider him a friend. I will be making the trip to Canada once they open the borders, and going to visit us and the family, and hanging out. And I'll be bringing Mike some Marlboros and RC Cola for being a loyal listener here and hanging out with us and being a part of the show. And I like I said, I've made lots of friendships. SoCal Mike, another listener to the show. Same deal, because we're in lockdown, we're interacting more. I mean, we're interactive with the fans as it is. That's what we like to do. We want to be on a personal level like that. I think it just always makes the show better, because you're more apt to want to get involved in things like that. So I always like that if you can get along and have that neutral ground. So I think that's been, as hard as it's been to watch stuff because it's been so crazy. That's like the only common ground. I wish more people would just go to that. If you can't, look at that touchdown, Oklahoma. Well, that's a way to start the game. As we're watching
on there, Oklahoma's been, after they got those 2 losses out early on there, Oklahoma's gotten their shit together, and they look like the team is like nobody wanted to play if they got to the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I mean, Florida's not
and they just moved down there like nothing.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they made that easy anyway. So there you go, about to be up 7-0 here in the first few minutes of the game. Really, what are you in 2 minutes into the game? Jesus.
So yeah, it's been a weird year. I mean, we got the Lake won the NBA championship.
The asterisk is always going to be there, guys, because it was a shortened season. It was a crazy world or whatever. And it's not taking away from the championship. Those guys should be proud that they threw all that and pulled out the other side and won. But if you think it's the same as any other title championship, it's just not.
No.
It's just not. And hopefully this season, even though it's shortened, it's only shortened like your 10 or so games, whatever it is, 10 games. And that's not a big deal if they can kind of make it. This is less of an asterisk. But I just think when you have guys opting out, and you've got the COVID protocol, and you've got the shortened season, and nobody's on the road. Nobody has the road teams win now. Road teams are winning the majority of the games because there is no home court advantage anymore.
Well, we've seen that on there.
So there's a lot to it that's kind of changed. So there'll be an asterisk next to it, but just because there's an asterisk next to it doesn't necessarily degrade it. To understand the context of that particular year is going to be different than every other year when you're looking at stats and you're looking at championships and you're looking at what happened. It's just totally different.
I mean, you look at different. The NBA did get about 3/4 of the season in, and then they had the shutdown. They played the entire playoffs in the bubble, so there was really no travel.
Right.
Again, so there was it was all on Central Court site.
Yeah. Well, they had.
And again, once we got to the playoffs, we saw some really good basketball and everything with it. And how we got that championship game. The series. It was a good series. Yeah, it only went 6 games, but you know what? Again, Miami, they just didn't have anything to give because they went through a gauntlet on there.
Sure.
And whereas I think the Lakers were just a little bit more. They had more talent overall. The top end talent.
Well,
on there.
And the big thing with the Lakers too is you don't have to mitigate playing time and try to rest guys so that they're healthy for the playoffs. That's going to be something that you're going to see a lot of when the seasons get back to normal. But you didn't have to do that, and you were able to get a fresh LeBron and others in there, and that was to the benefit. How will they benefit now that you got a quick turnaround and you're only taking 10 games off or whatever it is, 10 or 12 off? So if if you're doing more double headers, more back-to-back, more back-to-back nights or whatever, double headers, back-to-back nights, then, we'll see if that attrition changes the landscape a little bit this year. Like I said, did we see Miami coming on the way they did? They thrived in the bubble.
Oh, yeah.
Where other teams crumbled.
Milwaukee crumbled.
Just absolutely just crushed by the bubble.
Houston crumbled. Well, Houston always crumbles.
So now you won't have the bubble scenario, but some of these teams, it's going to be a little bit, like I said, we'll see. It'll be a little. When
the team goes on there, because again, what's going to be curious is on there is like whoever goes to Atlanta, are they going to come out later with a couple weeks afterwards with COVID? Because we all know what happens in Atlanta after the game's done.
I just want the chicken wings, man. I just was going for some chicken wings. That's it.
Damn good wings.
It's some damn good wings. That's been the thing. We that's the one thing. Didn't learn anything else from 2020. Is the script club's got some
Magic
good-ass
City's
wings.
got some ass wings.
Oh,
So we look
Jesus.
at that. And again, we saw that the NHL kind of did the semi too with two bubbles in Canada.
And now their new bubble scenario is going to be crazy this year.
Right, because Canada pick off. there's
Oh
a
my
shot.
goodness! Well, that was that's a pick six, and Oklahoma is quickly up 14-0.
Yeah, Trask is really working his way into a second rounder now.
He's costing himself money. He just cost himself some money right there, I think. And the fans are not happy.
That looks as it all for
Yes, it does.
2020
How come he's not wearing a fucking mask?
because they're in Texas. They're not. They don't have.
They don't
to.
wear fucking masks? Oh, that's right.
They don't believe in science.
It's a fucking hoax in there. That's right. And it's flat there. There's no... That part of the earth is flat.
Talked about the flat Earth today. We have people all around the globe.
No, you don't. You have all across the plateau.
No, they said globe. And
No, you have them all across the plateau.
So
or whatever.
again, does that mean you don't really believe the bullshit that you're spewing?
That's a Freudian slip? Is that what that is? I don't know.
Just like when they put the drones up there to get proof on there, and it just totally proved that, yeah,
It's like, dude, I could show you
the Earth
right
is,
now.
the Earth is round. You can see the curvature
Yes.
with your drone. You
Yes.
stupid fuck.
Yeah, you dumb ass mother. You know what? This is the thing that really okay. So, I've had double-digit concussions and been a career pot smoker for over 30 years, and I'm not that brain dead.
No.
So how the fuck do these people walk upright? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, every generative thing that you can do to your brain, I've spent the last 30 plus years doing.
Meanwhile, the knuckle dragging mouth breeders still.
Oh my gosh! Like, fuck, god damn. We talk about it all the time. There's no way I can be the smartest guy in the room. That's never ever a good thing. Never, ever. It was like today. At my day job, the guy I was. Even the customer was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to you because this guy's an idiot. And so it's never a good thing if I'm the smartest guy in the fucking room.
Yeah.
I'm not when I'm with you, Moose. That's why I like having you here, because I don't lose my insanity, because at least in the room here. But I mean, I feel like when I'm watching TV or I'm out
Us
in
and our
public.
various fans.
Oh my
Cannon
god!
Mike
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there.
Cannon Mike's on it, except for I'm sorry, Cannon Mike. Tigers 2021 champs. Is Twilight Zone as this year's been next to be that fucking crazy?
No.
There's no way. I mean, I'm sorry that you're like all brain flustered because Toronto's 0-3 to start the season, but they'll turn it around. They'll be fine. I promise you. They'll be a team, and it will be okay. It'll be okay. They're not like the Pistons at 0-4, who will probably be like 0-54 before they win a fucking game.
But that's the plan.
Yes.
Tank it.
I mean, I believe that's true. They're trying to get more ping pong balls.
That's exactly what it is. We're going to sign these guys to reasonable 2-year deals.
Sure.
And we know we're going to suck, and we're going to try to get the top pick of the draft.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
And who knows?
But they
we'll
got the play-in game thing, don't they, for the playoffs now? So don't you just want to get to the 10th seed and try to play your ass into the playoffs or whatever the fuck that shit is?
No.
No?
And they'll redo the CBA, and we're going to get Kenny Bates out of Ypsilanti because he's not going to have to go to college. He'll go right to the NBA, and we'll be just fine.
Okay. If you guys are just tuning in, DSR2,
See, they're wearing masks.
it's the... Oh, they got their mascot. It's
You
the
know why?
year-end special.
They're
We're acting the
Oklahoma
fool. Sorry, go ahead.
The other guy was a Florida fan, so he doesn't believe in science.
He doesn't... Oh, Jesus. Anyway. We're both rocking the velvet today. I went velvet robe hairstyle. I love the hat jacket combo, dude. You're killing it. Too hot for TV, man.
I was hoping, man. Again, I couldn't find my black button down. I would have been all
Looking
pimped
good,
out.
man. The velvet sport coat and the hat. Oh, dude, looking good. Looking good. All right. So I hope
Next year, I'm getting me a purple one, baby. I'm going to be all Ray.
So you brought the I got a little vodka. I got a
We
little
got a little
Ciroc
Knob
left.
Creek straight.
Yeah.
neat.
Okay. A little sneak a little vodka in my beverage. I'm getting down to the nitty gritty here. I'm gonna have to go get some more. I
So,
might,
yeah,
might
they're-
leave you alone with the fans.
They
for
were
a minute.
showing of all the players that have passed, before our
dude.
era, especially baseball with losing Bob Gibson and Lou Brock and Al Kaline. It's just been a terrible year.
We just lost Marianne today.
I know.
from Gilligan's
And Alto
Island.
Reed.
That's crazy. She had the COVID.
She got the COVID.
That sucks.
and pretty much, again, anybody that just picks Ginger over Marianne, you're fucking... Marianne was so much hotter.
Yeah, Marianne is wifey. Ginger is like, hit it. It's that fast. Hit it and quit it.
You didn't quit it?
Hit it, quit it, and forget it. It's that simple. I'm sorry. Whatever,
I'll still take
She's used to
Marianne.
it. She spent all her time on the casting couch. Ah, damn. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So, yeah, it's been
That's why we're not on the radio.
It's been a pretty shit year overall.
Yes.
And again, we can't blame COVID for, again, Kirk Douglas, because he literally was 100 years old plus.
Yeah, yes.
So all we can say is, I am Spartacus.
Well, and he'd been through quite a bit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So,
Had a stroke. He said, fuck it.
Yeah.
I ain't dying.
Yeah, he was pretty durable considering, his age and what he had been through and whatnot. So, but that's the whole thing. So that's what I'm looking forward to in 2021 is, I know it's going to take a while to get there, but I'm hoping in the early months, we're gearing towards feel more normal. And, whether it's sports or whatever. But we're still not in a great spot. Like, we should be, if we had done, this is the whole thing. Had we done what we needed to do early on, it would still take a long time.
Right.
And since cats didn't want to do that, you're only compounding the problem, making it take longer. And so I want to get back to a sporting event. I want to get back to a fucking concert. I want to get back to hanging out with my friends. So all you fucking jack-wagon ass fucks that don't believe in science, you need to fucking take your sphincter necklace off. If you don't get the fucking word play there, just pull your head out of your ass and understand that, facts are facts, science are science, and you're right. You have a right to your own opinion and your own belief, but not your own set of facts.
Right. Facts are facts, and it's supposed to be indisputable.
The fact of the matter is this whole COVID shit isn't going away.
No.
There is a mutant strain already out there.
And it's already here in the U.S. and in Colorado.
And it's been here for months. I got news for you. Just like COVID was probably here long before we thought it was, this strain has been here too. It might even be responsible for some of the up we've seen.
That's possible.
I mean, if you realistically speaking. So, guys, knuckle in, get ready for what used to be flu season, will now be COVID season.
Did you see that report that came out? Oh, there's another pick.
There's another. Damn. Okay, third round. He bumped himself to the late second round. Yeah, even the old lady's just shaking her fucking head.
There was a study came out of state with various athletes with COVID. Did you know 30% of those athletes that tested positive for COVID have cellular damage to their hearts?
Yeah.
Gee, wonder who said that.
Dude,
Where were we there from the beginning? You're gonna have to worry about this later.
Yeah.
And again, you got one of the clowns I work with is, they can get it or they'll get over it. Says who?
Right.
You?
Yeah. Who know that?
Mr. GED?
Right. Thank you.
Remedial English, remedial math. I mean, come on,
Right.
dude. You got a 750 on your SAT and you get 720 for spelling your name right.
All right, and you're gonna fucking tell me that you know something that fucking science is just trying to learn?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. I mean, it's fucking stupid. And that's really what's been kind of changing really the landscape of things, is that people just don't get on board. And and we're not helping anything, Moose, to be quite honest. I mean, yelling at people, it doesn't make people want to do things.
No.
So us mother effing people and stuff like that, it's more about, clowning around and being goofy about the situation, and just, playing into the character, so to speak. But it gets frustrating, and everybody wants to get back to the same thing. So I don't understand why we can't all be on the same page with it. But it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I'm hoping as we get into 2021, we get into April and May, things will start gearing towards something positive. So what we have to understand here is before we can start getting back to normal sports and getting these things back to where we could have fans in the stadium and stuff like that, isn't that the big so ratings are down, but a big part of that is people are finding alternate ways to entertain themselves because they've been in these lockdown scenarios so much that keeping track of sports with all the COVID craziness has just been too much, and a lot of people have been, tuning that out, and the numbers show that. But my question is, if you want to get back to these games and these things make you, the fans makes better, then it's going to take some time. You got to think about it. To get any kind of herd immunity using a vaccine, you have to get close upwards to 80% of the population taking it. And you have 300 million people here. If you do 10 million a week, you're getting it done.
No.
If you're doing 10 million a day, it's still going to take you a year.
Yeah. I mean, we're on the pace where it's going to take 10 years.
I mean, just to get the vaccines out.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
No.
It doesn't even make sense. And now you're seeing things come up, and this is going to be a thing. And I've said this a million times, and they had to settle for a field goal on that turnover, but it's still 17-0.
Right out of the gate.
Right off Jump Street. So that game's going to be over quickly if they don't get it turned around here soon. And actually with us guys, hang out. Mike, Terry, Mary, Mike. Oh, Canada. That's Canada. Mike, different. Look at it. And Joe, thank you for hanging out with us. Text line is available to you guys. I did not put that up. We're also in the different social medias, YouTube, Facebook. We got the TuneIn and Stitcher uploads going up there later. You can also watch us and listen on Studio57Radio.com. If you want to get in on the conversation and not get missed, even though I try to get everybody in off the social media feeds, you can definitely get in the conversation. 313-307-5340 is the line. 313-307-5340. We were watching a little bit of the Cotton Bowl and just jabber, John.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have beverages. You're hanging out, doing the same thing. This is a relaxed, non-formatted debacle. We're having fun. I hope you guys are too. It's nice as many of you guys in here today. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right. And that's just one social media feed. So, all right, we'll keep things rolling. We're also on Twitch, guys. I have not pushed the Twitch channel at all. So you guys need to get over there, too, if you want. Yeah, I just think if it's going to take a long time, and I want to get back to that. I don't want to wait 10 years before we get people back in the stadiums. I don't want to wait 10 years before I can take my family out to a nice restaurant and enjoy an evening at the comedy club.
Well, they're talking about the Super Bowl is going to be a stadium in Tampa.
Go ahead, man. They can call it
Count me out. I'm not going.
Super Bowl.
If I
Sponsored by Pfizer.
If I want tickets, I'm selling those puppies.
So
Even on a normal year, I'd be selling those puppies anyways because best seat in the house is in my living room watching on my big screen.
Without a fucking doubt. Without a fucking doubt.
I don't have to stand in line to go to the bathroom.
Shit.
I got beer in the fridge. I can cook up my own wings.
If you have a VIP pass in the sidelines and you got like a hookup like that, other than that, don't go.
No.
Just enjoy it at home. It'll be better. We had it here in Detroit and all the stuff around it. So if it comes to your town, I advise going down to all the stuff around it. It's fun. But the game itself, big screen, crib, with the people you like kicking it with, and some fun foods.
Yeah.
Period. And then whatever other things you like to indulge in, like, beverages or whatever, cigars, cigarettes.
Yep.
The wacky tobacco, whatever you're into. I don't give a fuck. So, it's I look forwad to being able to do that. We can't even do that right now. Like for the holidays for us, I had most of us went into all of us either quarantined or tested. So we all did some kind of COVID protocol. I did both, and so we could be together for one fucking day.
Yeah.
and that's sad that you have to go to those measures to be with the people you care about for one fucking day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we quarantined on there. We purposely didn't do anything for Thanksgiving.
Right.
Of course, me and my better half, we were both positive, so we already went through the whole gamut of COVID. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, but it was a low key. It was like, okay, just the 11 of us.
Well, the
And
good
again-
thing with you is from all science so far, 90 days you can't even catch it again.
Right.
So, so you were, as long as you're not shedding the virus, like, you're good to go. It's like everybody else around you that's got to be more concerned and worried.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I'm glad that for you and the wifey there that you guys didn't have major
Yeah, ours is
side
very,
effects
we
from
got
it.
lucky, and I'll knock on wood on that. We
So
able to get through with a very mild case on it. But again, I know too many friends of mine that again are actually younger than me, in better shape than me, got it,
Sure.
and they knocked them down for a major loop. I mean,
well,
it's-
and that's this. And check this out, right? So, I was in COVID protocol. I tested and I quarantined and I tested and all that. So that's the only reason why we had the show last week. Last week
last week because you were tested
because
negative.
I was tested because I had tested
Otherwise,
negative.
we would have done it remotely again. So.
Right. So even though you're not really at risk of catching it, I don't know that that it can't be spread some way. It wasn't worth putting you
No.
through it. So it just wasn't worth it. We would go through the COVID protocol, and so I tested it, whatever. But I mean, like, not everybody has the access that we were supposed to all have. So I'm lucky that I've been able to kind of get in this area. We can get tested pretty frequently, but like I had contact tracing, so I had to be. That's why I had to get quarantined and tested. I came up negative off contact trace, but the guy that I was in contact with, he barely had any symptoms, but he got it from his wifey's brother came over with his wife, so his brother-in-law and his wife come over, and she was fucking sick. Dude, you're a bitch.
Why are you going
Why
anywhere?
the fuck are you going anywhere if you're sick? Sorry.
Right.
If y'all heard that, I'm sorry. But let's be real. And then they got it. It messed her up. She's still dealing with it. She still got it and still dealing with it. He's been, he cleared out work. And she's still dealing with it. That's the difference. It's not the same for everybody. She's still dealing with it. And don't give me this, got a different strain, because they got it at the same time from the same fucking people. So this absolutely affects people. And the cat's fucking 23 or 4. He's like my kid's age. I mean, it's,
Right.
he's not 80. He's not immune compromised or pre-existing condition of any sort. You know what his pre-existing condition is? He's 6'5". That's his pre-existing condition. He's tall as fuck. He bumps his head on shit. That's it. He doesn't have any other pre-existing conditions. And so, and his girl isn't any different.
Yeah.
She's, so and they, and she got hit hard. So, if you have asthma, if you've got diabetes, anything like that, which is a good portion of this country, if you be honest, just those
Yes.
two things. So that's the kind of stuff that has dominated this year. And, really it's going to dominate next year too, because we have to become more and more educated. And I know they say you can't get the flu from the flu shot, but the only time I ever took the flu shot, I got the flu. And the reason I didn't get the flu before is because I do all the shit we do now, minus the masking, because that wasn't a thing, right? But gross, and they all have cooties as far as I'm concerned. So I always wash my hands and just whatever, take care of business. Hand sanitizer became a thing well before COVID, and I've always carried one. So this was no big change other than wearing masks for me. I don't like to be up next to people. I don't get in at loaded elevators. I'll wait for the Concourse clear before I leave a stadium, or I'll leave early. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already doing that kind of stuff anyway because of the season. But now there's stories of cats coming up with COVID that have gotten the shot.
Right.
Oh, now, like I said about the flu shot, they tell you you cannot get the flu from the flu shot. Well, the only time I got the flu shot, I got the flu. So if the shot didn't give it to me, it sure as fuck didn't work.
Right, and the only thing is,
there's aspects obviously to this. So this either you got COVID from it, or it didn't fucking work,
or they were basically asymptomatic and they got the shot and it was
and it was
too late.
Well, that I want to know. That's what I want to know.
How soon COVID after getting the shot?
Sure.
If within like 2 days, then they had it before they got the shot, and the shot wasn't going to do
because it
anything.
takes like 3 to 5 days to just even
Right.
you to show symptoms.
So-
I get all that. That's because we went
That's
through
the kicker is with that on it.
But I mean, but how does anybody really know? Because you're not. I mean, seriously, are you writing down every time you're with somebody and what's going on? Is that another pick? Jesus, fucking
picks
pick.
and
3
a quarter.
picks in the first 10 minutes of the fucking game. 11 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, late third round. Late third round.
You can be a backup for like somebody.
Late third round. And everybody will be jumping to go to somebody else. Look at he's just throwing his hands in the air like he doesn't even know what's going on. He's just fucking lost. Dude, what are you going to do in the NFL? You'd be fucked. How did you not see that? What in the hell are you fucking doing?
Is he colorblind?
Holy shit. You'd have to be like bat blind. Fuck. It's
He's
insane.
legitimately blind.
He's legitimately bat blind. He can't
White
see anything.
looks
He
white.
goes by sonar. You hear him out there clicking all day. He's like, so he knows he doesn't bump into shit.
He's definitely not having the type of game that Alvin Kamara had
Yeah.
on Friday, on Christmas.
No.
If you had Alvin Kamara and you still lost your championship game, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the hell what kind of roster you
I
had
mean,
going
dude,
there.
yeah,
How the fuck did you get there if that happened?
I mean, a non-PPR league, that was 56 points for one guy.
Well, how do you get that far with a team that takes a shit with him
With him on
doing
it.
that much? Like, you know what I mean?
Somebody was on there, they said, fuckers had Alvin Kamara and Tom Brady on both on their team, and it was by Saturday afternoon by 3 o'clock.
That guy's just dancing around. He's drinking by fucking, like you said, Saturday at fucking noon. He's like, I got this in hand. This is great. On to the next round. Scouting the other teams to see who he might be matched up against.
No, because this is the
chip game. Yeah, you're
You're
right.
the leader that goes to
shit.
10 on
Yes,
there, punches
yeah,
you.
yeah, you're right. This is 17. Yeah, fuck. And see, Moose, we mentioned it earlier. As long as this year has been, it seems like it's gone. The 9 months of a year it stood still and went by because nothing got done. And it's usually when you don't get shit done, it's because the year went by so fast on you, and you're like, God damn, I didn't get anything that I wanted accomplished this year. It went by so fucking fast, and that's not what happened. It like creeped by, but it got by you so fast because time just was like almost irrelevant for a lot of people for a long time. I'm still out of whack. I'm still not. I've been back to work for months, and I get up out of routine and do shit. Out of whack. I still whatever dungeon I was fucking 3 months.
Yeah.
And there's other people that have been longer. So
I mean, the only thing is on there too, and if you look on there, of course, Dwayne Haskins got cut by Washington.
dude, how do you go 15th overall and you're just useless? So much garbage they can't even get a fucking ham sandwich for you.
No.
That they cut
It's
your ass
terrible.
year two.
Yeah.
You weren't the 15th pick, third round.
You were 15th overall.
Man,
You know what that says? Basically, you look at the history on there.
that's never happened.
I'm not an Ohio State Buckeye quarterback.
No, none of them have been all that successful.
All of them have been hot garbage.
Yeah.
Because you had Cardell Jones.
But dude, the guy played 2 games. Why did anybody ever think that he played 2 games in college? that
JT
mattered?
Barrett.
All right.
Terrell Pryor.
Sure.
Troy Smith.
Sure. Well, it's that style. They're not professional quarterbacks there. That's not what they do. That's not their style. But guess what? If every one of our quarterbacks went to the league, if every one of Michigan's quarterbacks went to the league and bed, but we were in the championship game every fucking year, you wouldn't give a fuck either.
No, they would keep finding.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't care. Moose, you wouldn't be talking about it here on the airwaves. You'd be talking about the utter dominance. Who cares that every quarterback that came out of here was a dumpster fire? You wouldn't care.
Well, for the time, Michigan was quarterback you.
Well, yeah, but that was 25 years ago.
Chad Henne is starting on Sunday. Of course, he's got a cushy job as a backup for Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, again, they're like going, we got the first game, we got the best seed wrapped up.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna everybody.
Yeah, I will. Same with Pittsburgh game. Oh my God, they're gonna put Mason Rudolph out there. When's the last time he came out on the field when he got popped in the head with a helmet for dropping N-bombs?
Against Cleveland.
That's great. That is great. I hope they rip his fucking helmet off again. You don't drop N-bombs on dudes. And they just brush that shit under the rug.
Yeah.
That's because the motherfucker said it.
Right. Oh, yeah, he did.
They brushed that shit under the rug. That's gnarly. That's gnarly. I hope he gets his head ripped off again. That'd be awesome. This game is Florida's top receivers. Well,
Top 3 receivers opted out of the game to prepare for the NFL draft.
Yeah. Yep. They didn't want to get cooties. And yeah, Florida's
Do you
not
blame
doing
them?
well.
No.
They shouldn't be playing. They shouldn't be going through all this. The fact that they played this season this long and went through all this stuff and all these cats got sick.
USC opted out altogether. We're not playing.
Well, and I guess we might as well get into it a little bit. The NCAA, but Duke said, "See ya." Well, they're shutting down basketball.
Right.
They're like, "See ya." I don't fucking care.
Yeah, they're off to a terrible. They're not to a great start. I mean, you watch Kentucky will be opting out here soon too.
Oh, sure.
Because they're terrible.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's a fucking
They're
mess.
just going to opt out and say, we're just shelving. We're not.
Dude.
And again, lo and behold, Arizona goes, well, we're not opting out, but we're going to take our self-imposed tournament.
Florida's got a
ban.
turnover. It's a pick, a fumble. What is here? What do we got going on? We're chitting. Ooh, they're calling that a fumble. Ooh, he wasn't going forward with that ball.
Catch other angle, his arm.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. Anybody talking about it? They're all looking on the jumbo. Huh. 1st and 10. They ain't playing. They ain't. Say, remember, I was totally forward. There's a replay here. This is what we're looking for. Ooh, it just didn't. It's hard to tell.
It's too late.
Yeah, now it's too late.
Don't worry, he'll throw another pick.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're up 17. Just let it ride, I guess.
So, yeah, you let the cat go. Who are they even? Washington's not, again, if they win, they're in.
Right. Yeah, but he's not the reason they're going to win.
Well, no, it's that defense.
Yeah, and so you could put anybody back there. I just wish Alex Smith's little leg foot thing, whatever he's got going on now, that'd be awesome if he just came out with a cape on and won that game. I mean, I know he can't. I don't think he can go, but that would be nice. That would cap off his comeback from this year.
You win. You beat Dallas.
Yeah, come in, beat Dallas after that comeback, and then getting hurt again, and then that'd be.
So is he on that?
That'd be a great. I mean, but you know me, Moose. I'm all about the great story.
It's all about.
So that'd be a great story.
But yeah, I mean, and of course he goes out. Haskins goes on waivers. Nobody picks him up. And of course now he's passed through waivers. Now teams are interested. But again,
well, yeah, because then they can pay him $5, and if
Yeah.
he sucks, then that's no big deal. It's just like with Cam Newton in New England,
yes,
and that's a debacle. Now this year, Moose, come on, let's be real. Coming into this year, dude, they won 11 games with Matt Castle. Did you really think that New England was going to shit the bed that hard?
no.
I mean, I figured maybe they'd be borderline playoff team and shit, but god damn, what Cam Newton throw for like 100 yards all year? I mean, it was
He's
a fucking.
terrible.
I mean, I've never seen such a fucking fall from grace, dude. You know what he's gonna be? He's gonna fucking only MVP in the history of the league to not be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Oh, he's not getting in.
And he went from that season. What was it? 16?
2015.
So only 5 years ago, and god damn, like holy
Jason
shit,
Stidham led the team in passing with 44 yards.
dude, he is But that's the whole thing. He's worse, or he'd have been in there.
Yes.
You're not paying Cam anything.
No.
So he's worse. What the fuck was that?
And again, you look at what Buffalo done, and now the defense looks like they're healthy and everything with it. Here's a trade that benefited both teams: was Minnesota trading Stephon Diggs to Buffalo for the first rounder.
Sure.
They get Justin Jefferson, so they get basically his replacement, he's going to set the NFL record for most receiving yards by a rookie receiver, and yet Buffalo gets Stephon Diggs, and that offense just took a huge leap.
Yep. Well, you're.
But I think it is too. Is now Jefferson's had some beef on the sidelines with Cousins too. So Cousins kind of looks like he's wearing out welcomes with guys on there because he's a bit of a prick. And then you look at the body language and basically how Diggs is there with Buffalo and Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Totally different kid.
Absolutely.
He was pissed off.
Yep.
Now he's looking. He's getting his. He's going to set the team record for most receptions and everything, and yardage and everything. And they're having a ball.
Well, that's the whole thing. There's a certain way to get people to work and to get people to like do things and stuff like that. There's a certain way to get somebody fired up and to be on board with whatever you got going on. And Cousins doesn't do that.
No.
That's always been the knock on Cousins. For me, like, he's got the abilities, but for as far as being a leader, he's just not a leader.
No.
And so I would just I think that's really a big part of it. The guys are wearing on him, and you don't have that, or he's wearing on guys, and you build that camaraderie. And that's the whole thing. The quarterback receiver tandem, everything in the NFL is timing routes. You know what I'm saying? You got to know where they'll be before they're there so you can get the ball off. I mean, a good portion of that stuff is all timing and being rhythm and working together, and you can never get that synergy if you're in any way disrespectful to a guy.
Right.
And you see it like in Hollywood movies where you got this cocky quarterback that barks orders and tells motherfuckers to do their job. That shit don't work.
No.
If you're that kind of quarterback, dude, they will never go anywhere. And so I think he's got a little bit of that in him. Yes. And I think that becomes the holy shit, is a fucking roof caving in? Is the sky falling?
Croatia?
Holy fuck, a bomb go off? Is there an upstairs anymore? Jesus.
Downtown.
Yeah. Damn that run. And so I think there's an element of that to it. And so you're seeing that when you get a guy happy in the right place with the right people, then you get better results. Like I said, man, I know a guy that he could say the right, he'll have you run through a brick wall for him.
Right.
Like, he can get you going, and I know guys like that, and it's the wildest thing to have him put that shit on you. Ooh, almost caught that motherfucker. Then almost broke both his legs at the same time. You see that? Jesus. Awkward kind of landing there. Reaching out for it.
But, you look on there the way Buffalo's playing out there. And,
yeah, nice. Well, and Bills Mafia has been waiting.
Yes.
They've been waiting. They know they're on the cusp. They've been waiting. And now I think, guys, you can say if you can go in there and you can win a playoff game and that you're on your way. We'll see what the biggest problem is how the F do you get around Kansas City. So.
We'll see on that, but yeah, I would love to see the Bills actually do a little damage there because there's a fan base out there that loves their team more than anything out
absolutely.
There. And again, obviously they drink too much. And we see that on a weekly basis. Fans crashing through card tables and shit down there.
That's all right.
And again, we look into a snowy night there in Lambeau, and Aaron's a bad man.
He's going to get the MVP this year.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
And looking forward, there's lots. It's this is it. You're right. Get the MVP, make a run for a championship because you want to get that Hall of Fame legacy. You want to be cemented. You want to get in for sure. You want that second championship.
You get that second championship on there, and they get in, and then basically he can ride off with another team into the sunset.
Yeah, well, you do where you could stay there.
You could do whatever.
But it doesn't matter at that point.
But Devontae Adams, man, dude, I mean, dude, it was basically do press coverage, and he's just using. You watch his footwork on that Sunday night there, and he was like,
yeah, it's
gone.
It's all footwork, man, and it's amazing because it's exactly that. He's not
using his hands. He goes on there and he does it. You watch his feet, and it's like a little stutter, boom, boom, and the guy bites, and he's gone.
He doesn't use a lot of fakes and digs and all that because, check it out, when you do fakes and the digs, those guys are watching the wrong things, right?
Yeah.
You're hoping to catch them, force them to look at the wrong things so that you can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So what happens is the way his footwork is, if they're looking at the right things, he fucks them up.
Right.
And that's why his style's so good. So that was always a thing with even with quarterbacks being able to have footwork in the pocket. You know, Tom Brady is not a guy that runs.
No.
And it's all about his footwork and body placement so that he can be as efficient as he was. And I remember in the prime of his career when they were killing it, they made a big deal about the things that he did working with his footwork, even though it looks like he's running in cement boots. It has nothing to do with that. It's about, having the balance underneath you, positioning, whatever. Now, he's doing it for something different than Devontae is, but his footwork is just, it is laser precise. It's super. They were gushing on it on the thing and showing the replay of the play just prior, and it is like every play, his footwork is absolutely exquisite, and so that's why he's been successful. So
yeah, he's got like 14 or 15 touchdown receptions this year already, and he's missed 3 games.
So crazy.
And you got Brady who plays a half and goes for 342 and 4 touchdowns.
Getting geared up for the playoffs. He wants people talking. He knows when to turn it up.
So all this talk about, well, let's keep Bevel, that kind of went out the window.
Sure.
Yeah. Of course, you didn't have Bevel calling the game because he had COVID. The defensive coordinator had COVID. So you had the receiver coach call the game, head coach, and you had a defensive assistant. Not even a position coach, it's just a defensive assistant.
Nice.
How, again, it could have been so much worse than what it was. It was terrible already, but it could have been a lot. 47-7. Yeah. And again, that 7 points was scored on a kickoff return.
Ugh.
That was terrible.
Ugh is ugh.
Minnesota's coming in even with Alvin Cook. It don't matter. No.
Nope. It's just got a sack here.
But yeah, you got they take care of the Titans on there. Titans who look like gangbusters that just couldn't get it going there against Green Bay.
But it's Green Bay.
Bay. I thought Minnesota. I thought the Tennessee had it out because they're going to run the game on there.
Sure.
And with the weather is going to be crap, I'm like, all right, they're not going to throw it, man. This is perfect for Tennessee and Derrick Henry.
All right.
Nope.
No.
It was basically Aaron and A.J. Dillon and Devontae Adams.
Yeah, but that's the whole. There is a little bit of home field advantage
at Lambeau. Even with it empty.
Well, I don't care if it's empty or not. I'm sorry. I know we talked about it in the
Green Bay and Buffalo. If it's snowing, they have a home field.
Yeah.
Whether there's nobody in the stands or not.
Yeah, exactly. Just because of that field, man, and that that snow and the cold. And the Cats are used to playing up there, so it's definitely different if you don't play in it every single fucking week come November, end of November, December.
Yep. So we had that. Colts lose to the Steelers. That was a game of 2 halves on there. First half it was all Colts. Second half it was all Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
What happened
That's
in
the
halftime?
biggest
I don't know
comeback.
Did Tomlin chew their asses out because they came out the second half looking like a totally different team?
That's the biggest comeback that he's had as a coach.
Yeah.
So to have to come back at halftime, that's the biggest deficit.
They were down 24-7 in that second half.
Right.
And then also the next thing you know, they score the next 21 points.
Right. So, I don't know. I think you're going to have to be have to understand that as much as he would like to lean on the defense and the running game, if they're going to win these games, they're going to have to chuck the ball. Ben's got to be upright and viable. And they haven't sacked him too much this year, but, when he was getting pressures and you got guys out, who's your guys? You got a couple of defensive guys out, so, the attrition is kind of catching up with them, but that's going to be the question. We'll see.
We'll see there.
Because if they lost this game, this last game, you'd be thinking, if they lost against Colts, you'd be like, oh, my goodness. So at least they can rest guys. And
Yep. Texans lose to the Bengals.
What the fuck?
I mean,
Jesus.
here's the game. They're 4-11. They'll probably lose this week too, so they'll be 4-12, and they ain't got a first round pick because that goes to Miami.
Ugh.
So Miami can end up with a top 3 pick, make the playoffs, and it still end up with a number 3 overall pick.
That's not protected?
Nope.
Oh, my gosh. How do you not have it like top 5 protected or whatever?
Nope.
Oh, my God. What
So they're
going
to
to
end up with 2 first rounders and like 2 second rounders again.
What the fuck?
Bill O'Brien, the general manager, should be shot.
Oh my God, he needs to be he needs to be sued because he destroyed the team
For a decade.
Yeah, I mean he just crippled fucking dog fuck out of him.
They're talking the Dolphins are like going, well, the Dolphins might be looking for a quarterback. I'm like, you just drafted 2.
They're not looking for a quarterback.
No, they're going to draft. They're going to grab another wide receiver. They're going to grab one either Chase or the other kids out of Alabama.
Right. Well, and if you are looking for a quarterback, you could probably, and you're in the top 10, you're going to get a top 3 quarterback.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a big gap there where they're not picking quarterbacks. So once you get past the first, Trevor Lawrence will be gone. What's his name?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields will go probably the second quarterback. So who's going to be the quarterback?
The kid out of BYU.
And he'll probably get pulled, what?
Top 5. You have 3 quarterbacks
dude,
going the first 5 picks.
Do you think you got, who's got the first 5 picks? You think you got 3 quarterbacks going in the first?
So, well, if the Jets are smart, they make a trade if they end up with like the second or third pick and just move down and just basically get picks.
Sure, but good luck. Good luck. We've been there. Good luck. You know how that goes. Unless you got somebody that wants to mortgage. Good luck. It's hard to get out of those top 5 picks.
Right.
Unless somebody really, really wants somebody, But beyond those, I don't know. So if it's going to be hard to get out of there.
Yeah.
So we'll just assume that everybody stays at their pick. You could be 8 or 9 before your third quarterback goes.
Right. Well, we know it's not going to be Trask.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
So we got that. And again, Carolina at 5-10. They're going to probably be looking for a quarterback. I mean, I like what Bridgewater's done, but they're going to look for somebody on there. And again, injuries killed that team. Danny Dimes, I don't know if he's the answer, but I'd have to give him another year and just shore up that offense a little better. Because, again, they did lose Barkley right off the bat. They got to get some better offensive linemen. They got some decent receivers there, but I think they can get, again, with that. Defense-wise, they're a pretty good defense. Washington's going to need a quarterback in the worst way. And they're going to, worst case here, they're 6-10, and they need a quarterback like yes.
Yep.
They're going to probably go after a veteran quarterback that's probably looking as a free agent or make a trade.
Oh, if you know Riverboat Ron, yes.
Yes.
That's what he's going to want, yeah. Yeah, he's not going to probably go for a young guy. They're not in a position to draft and
Because
rebuild.
they got that defense, giving a year or two under, it's going to be scary.
Yes. Yep.
Again, tell everybody like, oh yeah, maybe we should have took somebody else besides Chase Young there. I'm like, dude, have you seen what Chase Young's doing now?
Yeah.
Dude's a game changer at defensive end.
Yep.
No, I don't go after quarterback. That guy is going to be around for a decade.
Yep. Yeah, if he stays healthy, man,
get a veteran quarterback, get another receiver. Mm-hmm. You've got a nice running game there. Antonio Gibson is going to be a nice running back wise on that.
Well, it buys you this time to build from the inside out.
Yes.
And if you do that, then you can you can win temporarily till you decide to pull the trigger on a quarterback that can get you over the hump if that's what it takes. But I think, I think that's the route they're going to go with you. And Rivera's got the call. He's got the pull there. That was part of him coming in. He wanted to have that pull, and so it's good. That's why Haskins, he's the one that basically, them out of here.
And the Bears beat the Jaguars. Jaguars are like say, no, we are not going to win another game.
Yes.
We're doing everything we can to lose.
Which they need to do.
On it. Bears win, and they get. You know what's going to happen? They're going to give Trubisky an extension.
That's good. Go ahead. Good.
You talk to any Bears fan, and they're like, "Oh, please, God, no,
I know.
lose. Why are you winning? I know I don't want you to win, lose, and get in the first playoffs, and then get smoked in the first round, and you're going to give this clown an extension."
I want another fan base on the ledge with the rest of us. Okay, come
That's
on
like
out.
all your Cowboy fans
on the
under.
ledge.
They were all happy to be like, "Oh, we're going to get a top 5 pick."
Yep.
Shit, we got the 21st pick now. This sucks.
Yep, come out on the ledge with us all, with the rest of us. We'll all jump together when the time is right. Jesus.
Quarterback, there's a lot of quarter move on it. I think it's time.
I think so.
Just in rebuild mode. And again, here in Detroit, I think Atlanta.
Yep.
Wise with it.
Yep.
Deshaun Watson's looking at his contract over and over again. Is there a way I can get out after next year? Is there a way I can get out next year? Because I'm not sticking around for this shit.
Yeah, no shit. Well, and it's it's going to be interesting how some of these teams move cats. I'm kind of interested. I think now's the time to get Stafford out of here. No offense to him, but do you get something while there's value? You'll be, coming up on the end here, and get your wife out of here. I'm sick of her ass.
Yeah.
And then, goddamn.
There's a couple teams out there that are basically a quarterback away from. I mean, as good as the Colts season's been on there, Philip Rivers can't throw it beyond 10 yards downfield.
I think that'd be a
I
great
like Philip
fit for-
Rivers
I
and
like.
everything
I
with
think
it, but I
Stafford
think
would
his
be good
arm
there.
is.
Yeah, I'm
dumb,
with
though.
you. I'm with you. I just think he's okay early on, but when you start getting into the long end of the season there,
Yeah, his body's
it's
not
just
there.
hard
So
to.
I think with the right team, and the Colts got a good defense, nice running game, good offensive line. They're a quarterback and one receiver away from doing some serious damage in the AFC.
Yeah, I put.
Because it looks like maybe he really should have Frank Retta.
Wow.
Peterson go.
Yeah, well, that's that ain't gonna change. So that's gonna be a mess. There in Philly too.
Philly's gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do with Wentz?
I don't know. So we'll break that down, and we got our pick'ems. What else we got? I don't know. Debacle. We'll watch
We'll
with
talk
us a
about
little
the on their combo. We'll talk about like the year on their bait. We got still break down what happened in baseball this year.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a new guy in there that's making trades and everything. San Diego's looks like they're a player.
Yeah.
Making a trade to get Darvish. They get Blake
Sure.
Snell. And they got my favorite player in MLB, Fernando Tatis Jr.
So Canada Mike, your segment is coming. Some baseball.
We'll get into baseball. Maybe we'll get into a little hockey.
Yes.
And again, college basketball. Everybody's all on the Spartan bandwagon. Not so much now.
Yeah. And we will have a rapid fire version of pick'ems.
No fantasy moment because your season should be over.
Yes.
If it's going this week, you need to quit and punch the commissioner right in the throat.
Oh yes, absolutely.
We are DSR2 Studio 57 Radio.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, the home of hip-hop and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Party people, this is the original Doc Ice, and you are definitely listening to Studio 57 Radio. And if Studio 57 Radio isn't on, your radio ain't really on. Check that.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and B. Studio 57 Radio.
Hey, Race here to tell you about That Race Show. Hang with me as I break down the world of entertainment with great guests, celebrity interviews, awesome games with wonderful prizes. Also, we've got the biggest library of ground hip-hop of any station on the net. You mix in a little stand-up comedy and a text line so your voice can be heard, and you got a pretty good little show. But add listener-controlled programming? Yeah, you heard me. Listener-controlled programming. You, the listener, can decide what makes it on the air, and now you've got the greatest show ever created. To join my show, your show, our show, the people's show, That Radio Show, each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, only here on Studio 57 Radio.
Hey everybody, this is your boy Big D, here to tell you about Mark for Life Tattoos. Guys, this place is the cleanest, most laid-back studio in Metro Detroit, and the artists are top-notch. And if you're like me from the D, you need to stop in on Fridays for that D-Day and get your Old English D for only $3. Not interested in tattoos? Mark for Life is body piercings. Mark for Life is local 22533 Van Dyke in Warren, and the guys are there days a week from noon to 9. So give them a call at 7-2222, 586-757-2222. Tell them Studio 57 sent you, get 20% off. So what are you waiting for? Call them now.
Hey everybody, Smokey here to tell you about Allstate. Winter fast approaching, the most important thing between you and the road is your tires. So don't put your safety, go to Allstate Tire. With new and quality used tires available, you can trust Allstate Tire for all your tire needs. You can visit them at 14208 9 Mile Road in Warren, or give them a call at 866-779-8759. Allstate Tire, your source for quality new and used.
Everybody, Scrappy here to tell you about Love and Life Club. Love and Life Club is a social network that's located at 19960 James Cousins. That's a Lodge service drive between 7 and 8 Mile Road in the D. It's open for $5 Fridays for great music, food, and drinks. I personally recommend the chicken. Love and Life Club is also available for rental for bachelor parties, wedding receptions, or any party for that matter. For more information, log on to www.loveandlifeclub.com. That's loveandlifeclub.com or 2824. That's 313-999-2824. That's Love and Life Club. If Love and Life, you need to be in the club.
Taking over podcast for the underground.
57 Radio original. You know, when you hear that sound, you're gonna have a good time, because that's the sound of the Ultimate Round live concert webcast from the Detroit area. We go to the most, what should I say, infamous venues in the D, and bring our music scene from the streets to computer like nobody else can fit on one catch. You never know when and where the Ultimate Underground is gonna take over a part. Stay tuned to Studio 57 Radio all day, every day, with clues on when and where the next Ultimate Underground may happen. Now, there's no other station on the net that can give you this live webcast of some of the hottest artists in the D. That's the Ultimate Underground live on your home hip-hop rock and metal Studio 57 Radio, baby.
Goodbye.
get what you want, cause need. Studio 57, serving straight D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do to keep you hot on. We get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57, serving streets of the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great. We do what we do to keep you hot on the streets. Studio 57 is a 32-track digital recording studio that utilizes Cool Edit, Logic Pro, Shure, AKG, Sennheiser, Yamaha, Korg, Mackie, Boss, Ibanez, Fender, Fruity Loops, and many, many more to make your music pop. Experienced and friendly engineers make Studio 50 selection, mixing, mastering, digital media days event. Studio 57 Records is your one-stop shop for all your music entertainment needs. We have online bill pay and flexible payment schedules. That makes Studio 57 the place to be. For more information, visit Studio57Records with a Z.com. That's www.studio57RECORDZ.com. Or call us at 586-420-3390. That's 586-420-3390. Or log on to Studio57Records.com. And just remember one thing, baby. We get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57 serving straight to the recording, mixing, mastering, or great. We do what we do to keep you hot on streets. You get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57 to the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do what we do, hot on the streets.
Party people, this is the original Doc Ice, and you are definitely listening to Studio 57 Radio. And if Studio 57 Radio isn't on, then your radio ain't really on. Check that.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Oh yeah, Rebels, we've gone rogue. Totally different, a little different rock music here. You've heard this a little bit before probably if you're loyal to the show. Change it up on the comeback. This is DSR2 though, and it is a crazy mess of a show, but we are all rocking the velvet. I got the flare robe. I'm kicking it like I just got out the fucking spa. And Moose is kicking it like he's on his way to, I don't know, off somebody. Like the only thing he's missing is a lap dog and a bag that you think has got dog poop in it, but it's really got the murder weapon in it. As he just goes by and snipers fools and no one even notices. Just looks gangster. So, you gangster? Be gangster with us. Get your favorite beverage, your finest cigars. Watch the Cotton Bowl. This is all of a sudden a game, 10-17, with 6 left to go in the half, as Florida's like trying to get something going here. So we got lots to get into. We're talking about last year, this year, next year, every year. Let's do this thing, man. DSR2, Crappy, and this is Johnny the Boots.
Hey, we're back here for the second hour of our last show of 2020. It's our ring in the new year hour, aka knock out the old one, because this year fucking sucks.
Yes.
We still got lots here to talk about. We talked about basically whatever we fucking did in the first hour, plus a little bit of NFL. We got the Cotton Bowl going on there. We still got some baseball action. We'll kind of wrap as well. Maybe a little bit of NHL action as well there. And also, again, some of those people that left them this year, that basically it all started with freaking Kobe dying at Sunday morning out there in February in LA by going with his daughter to a basketball camp.
And Moose, I'm glad you brought that up, because then I don't have to segue too hard into this. Beer Can Dan said he blames it all on Kobe. I mean, it was like the downhill after that. I don't want to say he blames it on Kobe, but it's like that's where it was.
That just set everything in motion for the rest of the year.
Like that. It felt like, man, and now you're starting to hear things about he was going to break away from Nike and get into a more legitimate version of because we know all the controversy with Nike and their shoes, and so he wanted to create his own shoe company and bring in black entrepreneurs and make it a homegrown thing and do something where he could compete with Nike. And of course now you see Master P and a couple other cats getting together to buy Reebok and maybe potentially revitalize that brand. So So that's an interesting topic that kind of ties in the bad start of this year and to kind of a interesting little end of a positive note. So we did in the first hour really rip on a lot of the negative things that we dealt with this year, because it has been a horribly negative year, just kind of overall from a mental health, physical health, economic standpoint. I'm sure we've seen it via social media that friends and families are not together for various reasons. Some are political, and some of them are health.
I mean, you look on there through all the people on there, and again, just over the weekend with the loss of John Huber.
Yeah. And it's cool because A-Dub it did some. So tonight, some of our friends and fans might not be hanging out with us for the whole show, and that's cool because they have AEW's putting their tribute show together, and his young son Brody put the card together. He booked the card, he picked all the matches and put them all together, and he officially signed a contract today where basically in 10 years when he's 18 he will be brought on screen in as a worker. And right now, in the meantime, he will ride with them as long as mom's cool with it. And he'll learn the ropes. And he's, I guess, from what I understand, he came out and did a kendo stick spot and started cracking fools with sticks.
Okay.
So, and he's 8. So, and they're just getting him involved and being there for the family. And guys, come on, let's get with it. Wrestling's a work. It's great to see that they weren't afraid to get the kid involved and have fun with it and be there for the family. I'm sure it's kind of crazy. 41 years old, 2 younger, non-COVID related lung issues. He was at the Mayo Clinic, so we will respect the privacy of the family and what they say. We can speculate, but that is a cancer center, and that's what they're known for. So my only guess would be that he was dealing with lung cancer, and so that's unfortunate. If that's the case, either way, it's unfortunate at that. So, and we saw a lot of people go like we do every year, right? We get the list of celebrities like every year. Yeah. There's so many of them, and so, but here it's so much more. It's just compiled, right? Because you have the COVID. There's a few COVID ones. As today, we talked about the Ginger and Marianne.
Yeah.
That was always the big debate, Ginger or Marianne. And, Marianne, the COVID got her. 82 is a good life, but we live longer than that. So I feel like she didn't kick out because COVID does that to you sometimes.
It does it on there. And then he had also a congressman elect out of Louisiana died last night of age 41 of COVID.
Well, and Benny Napoleon here.
Yeah, we had 60, and then again with it. So yeah, it hits everybody on there.
Fame with
and again, you got younger people. I mean, they talked about some girl who was 19 in Illinois. Then.
Sure.
And again, as we said, is Ohio State, the 30% of athletes that tested positive have cellular damage to their hearts.
Right.
So we got to look at that 10 years down the line. What's happened with that? Everything with it. But yeah, I mean, this has just been again. It all started with Kobe. I mean, when Kobe, that's when you saw that Sunday afternoon, all of a sudden I go, and it beats, my phone blows up. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, well, and when you start from that, it's, everybody kind of thinks, well, it can't get any worse than that. If we start when you start the year off like that, it did. It just felt like a snowball effect. We were still kind of trying to get over that, right? We were going through the whole mourning process and all the different things because it wasn't just Kobe. I mean, his daughter, it was the other family member, other people on the
there was like what, 3 or 4 kids on there.
Yeah, there was like 6 people on the.
Just because he had the means, like, listen, we'll go there. I'll pay for the copter. We'll go there. Then we could be there in an hour, back, and everything with it. Have to sit all day in traffic. We could spend more time.
It's just.
And it just. Fuck.
But it's one of those things, man, where it's like it like you said, man, so we were just still kind of going through that, and the tributes were coming, things were going on, and then all of a sudden COVID hit. So like just when you're like thinking, man, what's this year gonna bring if it's starting off like this kind of thing, and so I hope whatever kind mainstream kind of something will happen, right? There's always like a moment in time that kind of ignites a positive or a negative kind of cycle. So I'm hoping whatever it is positive and it moves us forward. But we'll see, right? We've got it's like the collective world's version of New Year, New Me, right?
Right.
Like we're all annoyed by that, New Year, New Me, but like as a planet, we need that fucking shit. We need that shit real bad this year. Everybody needs to actually follow through on the New Me scenario. But if you're always staying ready, you ain't got to get ready, right? So if you're always doing you're always trying to get better, then you don't need to necessarily do anything different than what you're doing now. But so that's my take on that. Like, so the whole New Year, New Me thing cracks me the fuck up if I hear that one more time. Whoopsh. I mute you on my feed. But I mean, I don't know. I loved Kobe just because I got to see like his whole career essentially. And it's one of the elite athletes besides Jordan that I watched like the entire career. Now there's more, but you know, I don't know. There's only a few guys like another touchdown. So it was 13-17. You thought you had a game, and
Oklahoma said no.
Oklahoma said, "Hey, wait a minute. Just hold on a second here." And we got a little entertainment though. We got some action, and now you got a 24-13 game here potentially. Still 4 minutes left to play in the half, so there you go, watching a little Cotton Bowl. But yeah, I like Kobe, but to me the Colorado incident, or I'm sorry, it was Colorado. Yeah, it never. That still doesn't sit well with me. And I know he's spent a good portion of the tail end here trying to kind of make up for that thing. I really believe. You know, being a girl dad and trying to do some positive stuff. I really think that's a more of a making an amends for not necessarily for that, but I do think it natural. And I'm not saying this is something he did consciously, but as a human being, you know, there is a time, and I believe it because I do it as well, that you get to a point in your life where you do things different because you know the way you did it before wasn't right, and so. That's what I mean by that, right? Like, he's not, like, going out of his way trying to, like, oh, I did dirty things, so I got to make things better. I think he realizes, you know, up to a certain point in my life here, as much as I was successful and I thought I was doing everything right, I was really not. And these are the things that I'm going to change. And I do think that he made an effort to do that towards the end of his life, what turned out to be the end of his life there. And so... I get why people are all about Kobe and the Mamba thing and yada yada yada, but for me, for somebody that I watched their entire career and did whatever, I wasn't crushed, right? Like, I was sad and I was like shocked. But remember when like Kurt Cobain killed himself and all the teeny boppers lost their minds, right? Like they were all.
Courtney Love killed them.
Right. Well, you know what I mean. That's you know what, that's funny you say that because they did a whole podcast on that and with the conspiracies and stuff like that, and broke down all the different ones with that one, and it was kind of entertaining.
Because she killed him.
Well,
who had everything to gain?
Sure,
she did.
Sure, yeah, I believe that, but you can argue the reason why it's a good conspiracy is because you can make an argument either way.
Yeah. Well, that's all you need is basically the word on there.
Yeah, but yeah. So I just didn't feel like I just didn't turn into one of those cats when it came to the Kobe thing. But it really dragged down and started this downward spiral. And then, but more surreal was to me is shocked and as surreal that was that Wednesday we came in here. And they started, you know, canceling games left and right, and they were walking out of stadiums, sending people home, and we're doing the show. Especially in retrospect, right now, when you start thinking about what the pandemic has kind of done, not to just sports. Damn, they just got downfield again quick. Florida's about to score again.
Well, Oklahoma doesn't play any defense.
Obviously. So, other than the interceptions that were, you know, gimmies, Oh, geez, look at that hole.
I could have ran through that.
Yeah, Jesus.
I would have straight armed that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get further.
Derrick Henry straight arm into the next week.
The size of that hole, I'm surprised he didn't get further. Damn.
Almost another pick.
Yeah. Yeah, he batted it down. And he smacked that thing to the ground. He could have. Yeah, you're right. That almost picks potential there. Two guys right there. That's what I'm saying. You can't transitioning to the league. You got to be able to see coverage. You can't think you can rifle that shit into the coverages. It doesn't make sense. Like, you can't do it. It'd be successful. Oh, you got to catch that, buddy. You got to catch that. I know it's a tough one, but you got to catch it. And I know you're going to get hit and catch that ball. Anyway, so to me, it's still surreal sitting here and watching all that stuff go down, and then the way the world's changed. And then you fast forward 9 months, and it's like I'm almost getting into this very uncomfortable norm of, just the way games look and not being able to go do stuff and having to wear masks everywhere and all that stuff. It's almost become like no big deal. We've been doing it so damn long. Just one of the wildest years all the way up and down. So we got to get something positive. I was hoping, I'm just hoping that they can get through the NFL playoffs, right? And we can get some positive stuff. Maybe we'll hear some good news as this vaccine rolls out and things like that, which we're not getting great feedback right now. But so I don't know. What I would do, new year, new me. What I'm going to be looking forward to next year is just, like I said, looking for anything that kind of reaches back towards normal. That's a long-ass field goal, and he made it. So that will be a... oh, no, he missed it. I'm wrong. I thought he got it. It must have hooked after it was passed. It's kind of hard to see. I'm just looking forward to any kind of a semblance of normal, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't think 2021 is going to get there either.
No, I don't think that's the whole thing, man. It's like, can you mentally prepare yourself for another year of this? Because it could be another year of this before it starts to get back to normal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be realistic, and Canada Mike has a friend who lost a father today, and not a COVID thing, but that's a crappy way to end the year. That's the last kick in the nuts. You got 1 day left, 2 days left of the year, and you lose your. My wifey, she lost my mother-in-law just not that long ago.
No.
And it was out of nowhere, and it was fast, and it was not a pretty sight.
No, this has been a year on
everybody's been through one of the most brutal years I've ever seen, and so sports has not been any different. Moose, we were lucky last year with the way the hockey and NBA did their bubble. It was very successful. What are they doing this year? Baseball got lucky. I mean, that whole debacle with the World Series, if that had to go another game or two,
I don't know if they get it in.
I don't know if they would have got it in because of the way this COVID thing and the no masks.
It goes up to the World Series because they did a pretty good job once they got to the playoffs with basically going into the somewhat of a bubble.
Yeah, they did a semi-bubble, right?
Semi-bubble, neutral field on there, and we'll just have games there and not travel and that. So they did a nice job. But again, freaking Justin Turner being out there, what the hell is he even being allowed on that back on that field? Dude, you need to go. You need to leave the stadium.
I'm telling you. Yeah,
we look at that. Hockey did a
that
great
was a
bubble.
mess. I can't believe
Hockey's still kind of trying to remain somewhat of on there. Restrictive schedule.
Well, Canada's not fucking playing. That's what I like about having Canada Mike
that's
here.
Where they have
He'll
to
tell
do
you
that because Canada's like, we're not playing.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think the Raptors are playing in from Kansas City? Because they're like, no.
Yeah. Well, and we knew
Blue Jays are like going, sorry, you're not playing here in Toronto.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we knew that was going to happen. They were going to come over here somewhere. But when you have a league that is like half Canadian teams, and now they're going to do this crazy, that is going to be one of the most interesting things that they navigate. And, going forward into 2021, I'm kind of curious of how they're going to navigate that. So, If we see some kind of positivity in the way it's going, maybe even travel safely. But I don't know how they're going to do the playoffs.
We know the Canadian players will be vaccinated and everything with it because that's
Well, right. Can they be vaccinated, quarantined, brought here, and then, tested, and all that stuff and brought back? So, like, how can they do? I don't know how that works. Like, it will be easier with the incoming administration, I think, but it's still not going to be pretty.
No, they're going to have to amp up a lot of stuff here and see what happens on there. And in college basketball, again, I still think Pitino had the best thought process on that. Just saying, hey, shut down until the end of January or February, or middle of February, and just keep going and just have May Madness. I mean, that's what's going to happen. Too many teams are basically, as guys are getting positive and everything with it, programs are basically shutting down for a while with it. And again, Gonzaga did it first for a couple weeks on there. Duke's going to do it now. Kentucky might as well because they're terrible.
Right.
Michigan State, I mean, Izzo at it, and now look what they're not playing well. But then again, they have no size; they can't rebound.
No.
They're getting housed on there because they got no size there. So we'll see what happens. But again, they're talking. I mean, the Pac-12, UCLA games off on there. Dude, why are there's this huge? I know they need the money on there, but they're rushing thing on there that they shouldn't be. Take a couple weeks off, see what's happening, get a better handle on everything, and get going.
Yeah, I just like you said, I don't know what they'd be jumping into that stuff for. It makes no sense. Team Canada, 2021 World Champions.
Oh, hockey. Oh, they destroyed teams. I mean, it was like, holy crap.
Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
What's interesting, too, because you look at like Team Canada and Team USA on there, and the University of Michigan's hockey team, they lost like their 4 of their top 5 scorers were out for basically World Junior. And they lost a couple games, and people are like, oh, see, they're overrated. Dude, you lost your 1, 2, 3, and 5th scorer on that team. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Well, Minnesota lost a couple different, but we literally had 6 guys out, and 4 of them are our top scorers. Come on, read before you can start getting into it with me, pal.
Right.
Some podunk on there. And again, Arizona self-imposed a 1-year postseason ban because of the bullshit with the.
Well, you try to get out in front of it.
Well, no, they didn't get in front of it. They just basically, as they got hammered to the wall, and they said, "Hey, maybe we'll throw ourselves under the bus this year and they'll let us go. Look, we're not going this year. You know what? There might even be we threw our postseason ban for 2020. No, it doesn't work like that. There wasn't a postseason." Same thing with LSU. Oh, we're going to take our postseason ban this year. Well, you're terrible. There are teams out there in bowl seasons. They're like 3-7. Why are they playing a bowl game?
Oh, because because
nobody else said no. We're not going.
Well, and then the whole thing is there's a lot of teams that didn't even get 5 and 6 games in.
Army went 9-2 and they couldn't even find a bowl game to play in.
Well, I don't know why they would want to.
Well, again,
I don't know why they would want to.
Basically went 6-5-0 and lost in the Big 12 or the Pac-12 championship, and they got housed. And they're like, no, we're not going to a bowl. Again, I don't see it makes any sense going to a bowl, especially like on it, because the cost effective on it.
Sure,
dude, you're hemorrhaging out. We're going to take 100 cats, fly somewhere for a week and a half, and try to justify that, and we're going to be losing a game. No,
right?
No, it's not happening.
Speaking of bowl games, now they're up again. Oklahoma with another touchdown, 31-13, stretching it out here with about 16 seconds left in the half. So, barring some crazy play here, I'd imagine that's going to be your halftime score.
College coach I'd hired to run my team, he's right there on that team.
Yeah.
On Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's Lincoln Riley or nobody else.
Well, he's going to probably get offers to the NFL.
And he still says, no, I'm stepping.
So.
Dude, open up the pit. Here's a blank check.
Yeah, I'd bring Lincoln over here. Sure.
It up. Beep,
sure.
Beep.
No, you're going to get Harbaugh here, buddy. Like it. Deal with it and like it.
Harbaugh.
You're stuck with Harbaugh for another year. I think it was a 2 or 3 year extension.
Yeah, but it's a cheap buyout if he doesn't. If he
And
doesn't
it's incentive laden too, I believe.
yeah, it's a serious pay cut.
Yeah. So, but they haven't announced that yet.
No, they haven't announced it yet.
But I think I'd low key do it like after the season kind of thing. Just do it on a Friday, so it doesn't make the news cycle. Dies over the weekend. That's how they like to do that crap.
But what's nice is the Big Ten, at least so far, has had a really nice season so far overall. As a conference dominate. I mean, we've got top 25. We've got Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Michigan State, Northwestern, Ohio State, Virginia, or Minnesota, all in the top 25. Michigan doesn't seem to be getting any love. They're not getting any love. I don't know why. But you got 7-2 Creighton. Really? Why is Creighton? Who does Creighton play?
I don't know.
Gonzaga, Baylor. I mean, those are the two best teams out there.
Well, look at it. Once again, these cats are gonna playing. You're gonna have issues here. I don't know how they get through a tournament.
No, they're not going to.
I just don't know.
It's not going to happen in March.
It can't. I just don't know how. I don't know how it can. But they're just acting like no big deal. It's just, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, I hope they pull the trigger on just waiting. They really shouldn't be playing around the way
And then on
the way we got
Friday, we'll have Ohio State versus Clemson, and if there's ever if there's karma, again, Clemson out to the woodshed and beat the living snot.
That'd be so great.
That's karma.
I think Dabo deserves a big old fat smack.
And Alabama's going to just take no beat the living shit out of them.
Yes. I think that would be about right.
Yeah.
No. I agree. I don't see how. Oh, jeez. All right, we should sneak in some picks before we
let's
crush
get
the end of this.
here.
Yeah, we could do
here.
that since we're all
last week I didn't do too bad, but you wouldn't like so not too bad. This week could be crazy because we got a lot of teams that are actually playing playoff live, so there's not going to be those crazy where teams are just going to rest everybody.
Well, yeah, except for like Pittsburgh and
Pittsburgh. Well, Pittsburgh's locked at the 3 seed.
KC will probably rest everybody too.
Yep, Chad Henne starting.
So, but all right.
And there's no Thursday game. There's no Saturday game. There's no Monday night game. All your games are on Sunday. All on Sunday.
All right. Let's do it.
Let's get into it. Early game on Sunday. First games of the down there we got down there is our own Detroit Lions are at home. They are a underdog, 6.5 points to Minnesota. Minnesota will not have Dalvin Cook. He's in back in Florida for his dad, unfortunately passing on it. So we got no Dalvin Cook. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Minnesota taking care of business here.
Yeah, Lions are getting ready to fold up and change the whole dynamic over there. I don't see any reason to do anything, but you never know. They could be the same old Lions and steal a win that they don't fucking need. Yeah, I don't think so either. So yeah, I'm with you. It's you know how it is. You know how it is here.
Yep. All right, so we got this on there. We got Cleveland at home. Cleveland's playing both for their playoff lives. They're playing Pittsburgh. No, they're at Pittsburgh. They're at Cleveland playing Pittsburgh.
Okay, we're clearing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cleveland, believe it or not, Cleveland's at 10.5.
Well, yes, because Pittsburgh played Mason fucking Rudolph. Did
Yes,
you hear
they
what
are.
I fucking said?
Mason fucking.
Mason fucking Rudolph.
That's exactly. You're not starting anybody that hurt on there. So you got Mason Rudolph. Cleveland's playing for the playoff
Yeah.
life. Yes, I'm going to take Cleveland. They made sure all the receivers stayed away, didn't go in any hot tubs. Able to play this week.
I would say if they stay away from the strippers and the crazy nonsense parties and all that.
Cleveland's got to win, and you're going to have a 10-6 team or not make the playoffs in the 8.
It has happened before.
But you'll have a 7-9 team.
It has happened before.
All right, we're on the road at Cincy. They're a 10.5-point favorite. They need to win this game to get in, and thus they're going to win this game and try to get in. We see them winning this one. Baltimore in Cincy.
Nice.
All right, Tampa Bay. Everybody's playing for Tampa Bay because they want the 5th seed overall. Get the top one. Dallas, Washington, Atlanta. Atlanta has nothing to play for. They try to lose to get a better draft pick. Got Tampa Bay and Tom Brady.
Yes, the Tampa Bay Gronkaneers. I just whatever. It's
Does Tampa Bay?
it's-
Does Brady go 350 and 4 touchdowns and a half? No,
It's-
for a full game.
it's
Yeah.
it's the freaking fuckins at this point. It's like, I don't know what to say.
We got another game on here.
Tampa.
Buffalo is actually playing their guys. They want to get the number 2 seed overall wrapped up on that. They're at home. They're 4.5 favorite against Miami. Buffalo wins this one. Miami, sorry guys, you're going to go 10-6 and out of the playoffs.
Yeah, we were talking about it like a week ago that I thought Baltimore Frog and get into the playoffs, and here is your scenario. I'm with you. I got Buffalo, man. Go Bills! I know you guys. We were talking about it earlier. You should be pumped, and this should be a fun game for Week 17. But hopefully in your favor.
All right,
Gonna jinx your ass.
we got New England also 1 o'clock game. They're at home. They're a 3-point favorite against your Jets. Jets.
Oh my goodness!
Jets have won
Jesus.
2 in a row.
No
New
one
England-
wins. No one
one.
wins.
Sam Darnold wins because he basically gets to tell ownership management, "Fuck you, I'm winning this game."
Well, yes, they
For third straight one.
right, and screwing you out of any hope of getting a quarterback, a franchise quarterback, because that'd probably drop them into the top 5 scenario instead of
Yeah.
2 weeks ago they were number 1.
So
So
give me the Jets on there. It's the middle finger by Dan Darnold.
yeah, it's hard to do that, but I'm with you, Moose. I'm going with you. I had to say that, but the Patriots have been that bad, and I'm with you. I think they ride their little mini wave there, and a big FU to they were the 0-16 Lions, and puts it to everybody.
That's what you get for keeping the coach out and making basically Sam Darnold play. You should have benched him. Said he's got IR. He's got COVID
Yeah,
related symptoms.
sure.
And just fire the coach, and hopefully then, because if you would have had Joe Flacco, they wouldn't have won those games.
No.
On it. All right, we got another 1 o'clock game on here. This is the last one. Dallas is on the road against the Giants, the G-Men. Dallas 3-point. If they win, I think they're
It's the scenario.
I'm making a lot of unhappy Cowboys fans who thought we got a top 8 pick. No, we're gonna lose in the first round. Bad.
Whoever comes out of there. Yeah, I'm still not sold on the G-Men. As bad as Dallas is, they have some components there that you can work with, and God, that's a tough one though. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna take Dallas. Gee, God.
We got Vegas is on the road at Denver. They're favorite on the road.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Vegas Raiders.
Oh,
I got Denver pulling up, so I can't stop anybody on this one. This team is just fell apart here in the last half of the season. Again, do we expect anything? Because they won a couple games they shouldn't have been, but they are with her.
exactly.
I got Denver winning at home.
Once again, Denver, there's been improvement this year from Denver. You know,
Considering they lose their whole defense,
Sure.
and they're still playing better.
Right.
Drew Locks looks like he might be a Super Bowl starter, so we'll see what happens there.
and to me, the Raiders just rest, and you paid this dude
The
for
only thing
100
you found out
years.
is you got Nelson Aguilar, who's actually turned into a pretty good receiver. I really wish they had him now.
Right. But you paid your coach $1 million, and he shit the bed for you last week.
10-year contract, $100 million. And
Yeah.
it's all guaranteed.
Yep.
Plus part ownership.
Right. And he's on. Yeah, I don't know. They regressed for sure during the season. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna take Denver.
Here's a tough one on there. Here's the Rams. The Rams are at home. They're a 1-point favorite against Arizona. One of these teams, whoever wins is in. The other one is out. Rams are high, Jekyll and Hyde. Rams offense looks terrible. Defense has been pretty. Arizona's
Yes.
been up and down.
Man, it's a tough one to call,
This is
dude.
a tough one on there.
Yeah.
I'm going Arizona because again, if you're only open, it means you're really the favorite.
I agree with you. Typically in that scenario, I am going to. I'll go Rams. I like what they got going on over there. Defense, I think they were playing really good. And I think they're going to use that as a linchpin. They've been able to win game with your boy at quarterback playing mediocre at best.
Yes.
And so all he's got to do is come into the game and not turn it over, and I think that they can be successful. It's really been that simple. They would the Rams would definitely benefit greatly make a big leap with if they had a new quarterback. Yeah, but I still think they're. So this is our only out right now. I'll go. With
the Rams.
The Rammies.
So we got another 4 o'clocks are all 425s. Seattle is on the road. They're a 6-point favorite against Frisco. Frisco's got nothing to play for. Seattle has an outside shot still to get the number 1 seed in the NFC on this one. I think Frisco is basically got nothing to play for, so I'm going to give me some Seattle.
Well, I'm with you too. I think
the defense of Seattle's a lot better over the last couple of weeks too.
And you got Russ and just San Francisco. They're going out and more weapons than Seattle. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. Definitely more weapons in Seattle. So,
all right, Green Bay is on the road. They're at 5.5-point favorite on the road. Chicago, Green Bay wins. They got the number 8 overall in the NFC on this one. Chicago has to win to get in. The Bears aren't beating the Packers.
No, I love it though. It's from a scheduling standpoint. It's a divisional game, week 17. They both got something to play for. But yeah, you're gonna really take Trubinsky over Aaron when he's got Devontae Adams and I mean Jesus.
Yeah,
he's gonna take that MVP and bludgeon the Bears over the head with it.
I agree on that one. All right, Tennessee is on the road at Houston. They're a 7.5-point favorite. Tennessee needs to win the division, so give me Tennessee on there. Houston can't stop anybody. Again, Henry is going to stop on this one.
With his, I don't even know what else to say. I mean, that is as bad as they played last week. I think they will take it out on Houston this week.
We'll talk about taking it out on Indianapolis. Loses a heartbreaker last week at Pittsburgh. But they're at home and they're faced probably much guaranteed the number 1 pick overall in the NFL. Jacksonville, Indy's a 14-point favorite. Indy's going to basically, and again, Jacksonville's going to do whatever they have to.
Yes. Indy's going to put a 50 burger on them.
Throw this game or lose this game.
Yes, Indy will have a 50 burger on them.
All right, New Orleans is on road at 7-point favorite on the road. New Orleans has got to win to get the number 1 seed. I think New Orleans will take care of it. Carolina's just terrible.
Carolina is terrible. But like you said, New Orleans has got. They're trying to, something going here, and but man, the Panthers. Ugh, and frickin' ugh. So.
So we got the Clippers are on the road at Kansas City. Kansas City is benching everybody. You've got Chad Henne starting.
What'd you say, the Clippers?
The Chargers.
Oh, okay. Like, what the fuck?
Wrong sport. Chargers are 3.5-point favorite on the road against the Chiefs there. Starting Chad Henne this week down there.
Yeah.
You know what? Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on that way.
Again, rookie of the year is Justin Herbert.
Yeah, sure. And I'm with you. There's nobody's going to play in KC, I'd imagine. Half them guys won't even have their helmets. So.
All right, so we got the Washington football team on the 8:20 game, so the Saturday night game on there. Washington is a 1.5-point favorite again at Philly on there. Philly has nothing to play for. Washington has to play to win the division. But who is starting at quarter Washington? Oh, no. It ain't Dwayne Haskins because bad up. You're 5th street. You're just signing some guy off the street. Can you play quarterback? Well, I used to in middle school.
Yeah.
Great. You're starting
you
this
play
week.
flag football? Okay, cool. Great.
I got Philly winning this one.
Yeah.
The reason is because Washington has no quarterback.
I'm with you. I don't know what they're going to try out there. I'd like to think that they're going to come up with some kind of way because of the whole unfair. I want the story so bad. I am going to root for the story. It's going to happen. Like you said, who's playing? They'll have Phil, and he didn't look good either last week. And its defense, I want them to look good. This is going to be an ugly effing game. If they can get any competent play out of the quarterback, though, Washington win that game. I mean, has Philly, wowed you in any way at any time, beaten anybody that they should or even competed with? I don't know, man. To me,
they could beat Cincy at the beginning of the season.
That's what I'm saying. Man, it's hard. I want to take Washington, but that's certainly at quarterback with everything going on. But that's when I didn't get in such. You know what? I just talked myself into. I'm gonna take the walk. Fuck it. Let's have fun with it. the last one.
All right,
Till
there's our
get to the
pickups. We
playoff
did
edition.
separate on a couple. We'll
Yep.
find out on there. I think a regular season overall.
Yes, for sure.
But actually, we didn't crap the bed totally on here.
No, not too
I
bad.
think we had a bad week. Everything else was meh or pretty damn good.
Yeah, we did pretty good. A couple man weeks. We had one bad one. Yeah, I think that would be probably about it when it comes to picks. We weren't too bad this year. Usually we goof that you should not. You should just do the opposite of what we choose because we're all over the place. But this time, not too bad this season. So the playoff ones will be the interesting ones.
Yeah, we'll get into our playoff side and
Yeah.
we'll see what happens there.
So
But
we're at halftime of the Cotton Bowl with a big lead for Florida there, but
yeah, the Oklahoma goes the Boomer Schooner 31-13.
damn is all I can say is damn. Okay, here we go. Scrappy and Mr. Moose, have a fantastic New Year. Stay safe and give extra long hugs because you never know if it would be. Your shows have been nothing but fantastic for us to enjoy. Sending you and your families Canada love. So there we go. We're gushing over here, guys. I love it. Thanks. Appreciate it. We talk about it all the time, Moose. It's kind of our here is to, take care of one another, and we love having people that get involved in what we're doing. We love shooting shit, having fun, even when it's getting goofy and crazy like today was. I got my Ciroc, my vodka. I've tapped into it a little bit. Moosey Moose, rocking the Knob Creek. We had an adult session. We came out here on fire, throwing F-bombs and everything else. But you know what? It's the end of the year. And, kind of cut loose. We used to cut loose on the Midsummer Spectacular. And I think we kind of did. What is in that? At least it was water, not Cheez-Its. Or something. Did you just break a trophy?
Yep.
Who the fuck was that?
The quarterback.
From who? Who was
Wisconsin.
That was Wisconsin?
They won the Mayo Bowl.
What, was it covered in mayo and that's why he dropped it?
I don't know, but it was like the glass or whatever was in it just kind of fell right off the top of the trophy. It went crack. Rizzo, that's what you get for making a trophy out of freaking glass.
It didn't go crack. I mean, it fucking shattered into dust. What the fuck? Nice. Anyway, sorry guys, a little watch it with us. I got caught up on some of that there on the TV, but that's what's been so cool about this. We make friends, we got a good relationship, we're having beverages together, talking sports and all the other fun stuff, and everybody's been doing really good to each other on here. We have listener crime, Moose. Remember that?
Yes.
Not so much anymore.
No, it doesn't happen as much,
No,
unfortunately. We need it to happen more often.
It is funny, I have to admit. As much as we preach, love each other, and be good to each other, in the cyber world here, when we're talking sports, it's okay to get mad at each other, Moose.
Yes.
I love you like a brother, and we get at each other sometimes, Moose.
Yeah.
When we talk about stuff here, that's the fun. It's like the opposite of like politics, right?
Right.
You can have the argument, the conversation, and then go back to back and throw down, against the man.
Yeah.
So
If I get pissed off enough, I just have to slap somebody up in a torture rack there and hurt them.
right. So yeah, but I mean, it's all in the end, It's like in MMA, some of the best friends you made because you beat the crap out of each other.
As they were saying was on their Twitter. It's like you basically watch it on there, all of a sudden somebody basically gets on your kid's mother's case on there, and all of a sudden, especially if it's a black woman, and you're just sitting there.
Hey,
I got nothing.
I'm standing back.
I'll stay out of it.
You brought this upon yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna let her handle it. You were gonna wish I did.
Guys, I know it was a rough 2020, man. We're looking forward to a great 2021. All our blessings with you and your family. We love each and every one of you, even if you only spent 1 second with us, even if you can't stand us and hate our guts. We love it. Every last one of you, haters and all. Be good. Happy New Year. Next week.
Merry New Year!
We'll see you next
And remember, corner of the frozen concentrated orange juice.
Yeah. Oh, peace, brothers. We'll see you.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.